The United States woke up to a changed landscape on January 20th, 2025. Former President Donald Trump, sworn in earlier that day, wasted no time in making his mark. A series of executive orders issued in rapid succession signaled a dramatic shift in policy direction. From immigration to climate change, from economic policy to social issues, the Trump administration's priorities were clear. The executive orders, a tool allowing presidents to bypass Congress and enact policy unilaterally, became the weapon of choice for the newly inaugurated Trump. His actions sent shockwaves through Washington, D.C. and beyond, as analysts scrambled to decipher the potential ramifications of his decisions. The orders touched on a wide range of issues, each carrying significant weight and the potential to reshape American society. The sheer number and scope of the executive orders were breathtaking. Within hours of assuming office, Trump had effectively dismantled key elements of his predecessor's agenda. The moves, while not entirely unexpected given Trump's campaign rhetoric, nonetheless sent a clear message. The Trump era was back, and it was here to stay. One of the most immediate and controversial actions taken by Trump was the mass pardon of individuals involved in the January 6th Capitol attack. Over 1,500 people, many facing serious charges, were granted clemency, a move that drew sharp criticism from Democrats and even some Republicans. The pardons were seen by many as a dangerous precedent, potentially emboldening future acts of political violence. On immigration, Trump wasted no time in fulfilling campaign promises. He declared a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, deploying the military, and reinstating a number of hardline policies. Asylum seekers would once again be forced to wait in Mexico, the CBP One app was scrapped, and Mexican cartels were officially designated as terrorist organizations. Perhaps most controversially, Trump announced his intention to end birthright citizenship, a move almost certain to face legal challenges. The economy also featured prominently in Trump's Day One blitz. He directed federal agencies to focus on combating inflation, a persistent concern for American consumers. Sweeping deregulation of the oil and gas industry, particularly in Alaska, was another key priority. In a move likely to escalate trade tensions, Trump slapped a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, with the potential for similar measures against China. The impact of Trump's executive orders will be felt far and wide, with certain communities and industries bracing for significant change. Immigrant communities already on edge after years of tightening restrictions are likely to bear the brunt of Trump's border policies. The ending of birthright citizenship, if it survives legal scrutiny, would have profound consequences for families and children born in the United States to undocumented parents. The energy sector is another area where Trump's actions will have an immediate impact. The rollback of environmental regulations and the push for increased fossil fuel extraction are likely to be welcomed by industry leaders but will alarm environmental groups. The decision to withdraw from the Paris Agreement, a cornerstone of global efforts to combat climate change, drew international condemnation. Trump's executive orders also sent shockwaves through the federal bureaucracy. A hiring freeze across most agencies, coupled with the reclassification of certain federal employees as political appointees, signaled a desire to reshape the government workforce. The empowerment of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, led by tech entrepreneur Elon Musk, to recommend cuts raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest and the politicization of government agencies. It is no surprise that many of Trump's Day One executive orders have been met with fierce opposition and are likely to face legal challenges. The mass pardon of January 6th rioters has been condemned by legal experts as an abuse of power, potentially setting a dangerous precedent for future presidents. Similarly, the move to end birthright citizenship, a right enshrined in the 14th Amendment, is widely seen as unconstitutional and is likely to be tied up in the courts for years. The legality of Trump's sweeping immigration measures, including the deployment of the military to the border and the designation of Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations, is also being questioned. Critics argue that these actions exceed presidential authority and could have dangerous consequences for U.S. foreign policy. The decision to withdraw from the World Health Organization, particularly in the wake of a global pandemic, has also drawn criticism from public health experts who warn of the potential for increased global health risks. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining the long-term impact of Trump's executive orders. Legal challenges are already underway, and the battle lines have been drawn between the administration and its opponents. One thing is certain: America is in for a period of profound change and uncertainty as the Trump era returns to the national stage. To stay informed about these developing stories and their potential consequences, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more breaking news and in-depth analysis.